Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez said the lifting of restrictions that have halted public life since March 14 and nearly paralysed the economy will begin on May 4th and vary from province to province. During the initial phase, which is known as the preparatory phase, hairdressers and other businesses that operate by appointment will open, while restaurants will be able to offer takeaway services. In the next stage, which is expected to begin on May 11th for most of Spain, small businesses can reopen under strict safety conditions. Bars and restaurants can reopen their terraces, but will be limited to a third of their capacity. Places of worship will also be reopened, limiting the capacity to one-third. From this point, healthy people with no underlying medical conditions will be allowed to socialize together in small groups, while family members will be permitted to attend funerals. Theatres, cinemas, cultural centres such as art galleries and museums can reopen in Phase 2, which would start around 2 weeks from late May. However, they are limited to operate at a third of their capacity as well. Some schools will reopen, though most will stay closed until September. In the last phase, shops will be allowed to open at half capacity, with distancing of 2 meters between clients. Restrictions on restaurants and bars will also be further loosened, and beaches will be reopened. Advancing through the stages will depend on factors such as how the rate of infection evolves and the number of intensive care beds available locally and compliance with distancing rules, said Sanchez. He said local authorities are responsible for monitoring the conditions in their regions, but the National Health Ministry will have the final say on whether or not a province moves forward. On Tuesday, the Health Ministry announced that the total fatalities since the start of the outbreak was at over 23,800. According to a Reuters tally, the number of cases rose to 210,773, the world's second highest after the United States, which has more than 1 million.